It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? If you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. Choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Edna J. White, and you are on Wounded to Wonderful and Keeping It Real. You're listening to your destination for real talk about real things in real time with real people. We provide you practical, evidence-based tips and tricks to build resilience, well-being, and unlock your highest performance to an empowered life. Now, I'm your host, and I want to just tell you we have a great guest today, Dr. Neelam Parwani. I'm getting good, aren't I, guys? Yay! She is a doctor, so I'm going to introduce her, and I'm ready for her to take this subject off, mindful body language. Take it away, doctor.
Thank you so much, Edna, and it's wonderful to be here on this platform. And I'm Dr. Neelam Parwani, all the way from India. I mean, you really have eyes to look for the gems all over the world, I should say. So I'm a holistic healer. I practice Reiki, naturopathy, and acupressure. I'm from Gurgaon, Haryana, and I have a holistic healing center by the name of Nature's Grace, and I'm into this profession from the last 5 years, healing people on the mental, physical, and emotional level, without any medicines and without any side effects. So my motto is to give them simple health solutions which are effective, which work for them on all the 3 levels to give them holistic healing and complete good health. And I'm really happy to be here today talking about mindful body language. So what exactly is mindful body language? We all know what is wrong.
Yes, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, so we all know what is body language. The way we talk, the way we sit, the way we have your facial expressions, the way we touch your fingers or move your hands. But what is mindful body language? Mindful body language is the awareness that we need to create when we are talking to someone, because your body releases a lot of energy when you're communicating with someone. And if you release the right kind of energy with the right kind of body movements, you will create the right kind of impact. And you will get the results that you are looking for.
Right.
Like, for example, I'll give you a very basic example. When a kid comes to us asking for something and he's in a mood that he really, really wants it, he comes with full force and passion. I really need it, Mom. I really need it. This is the only thing I want and I'm never going to ask it again. So the kind of energy which is bringing at the time is more of desperation and passion and the kind of involvement he has in that thing. And the message is very clear with the body language. The same way, when we want to achieve something in life, we need to have the right kind of body language and awareness of the body language, which is known as mindful body language.
So, what you're saying is that we have to come to the table if we're feeling bad, or let's say our three emotions, happy, angry, sad, okay? If we come to the table coming to talk with you, I'm already giving off the energy before I even get to you, right? Because I'm angry and I'm going to try to put on a face, make this face up, and I'm going to make it up, and I'm going to do this and this. Oh, hi, Dr. Neelam. How are you? You're going to feel that.
I'm definitely going to feel that. Because eventually your body cannot lie.
Yes.
Your lips can lie, your language can lie, but your body cannot lie. So I will feel it.
Yes. And so you're feeling this way, and we put on this fake mask. You know, the fake people. We put on the fake mask, and we come to you, you can already feel it. So without a doubt, before the conversation even starts, the energy flows.
Yes, and the moment the energy starts flowing, we know what are going to be the results of our conversation.
Right.
So that's the reason sometimes you go to an interview and you feel you have done the best, but the moment you were in that interview, you were under so much of stress that your energy was already flowing. And then you wonder why you did not get selected.
Mm-hmm.
Because or you were saying something else and your lips were saying something else. The energy was not in sync. You were
Right.
not you were taking in that room.
Right.
And the results are based on that energy.
Yes. Okay. So people talk about eyes, looking into the eyes and being careful, look someone straight in the face. And let's go to that in body language. Let's talk about eye contact in body language.
So eye contact is very, very important in body language. But remember, even with eyes, people can fake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the reason we have all those glistening tears, right?
Yes.
In the movies. With the
Yes.
eyes also you can fake.
Yeah.
You're faking with the eyes, that also will eventually show. Because your eye contact with the person will not last for more than 30 seconds.
That's right.
And then you will blink your eye.
Yeah.
The contact is gone. And then again you need to create. So you can fake it the first time, the second time, but how many times more will you be able to fake it? It will eventually come out.
That's right. And you can't hide from anyone. I don't know why people think that they can, display like this fake front and display, there's people that can really pull off that body language really well to some degree, but they'll show a little tick that you know that they like it's kind of rehearsed. But we can't get past that. We have to think happy, like you said, line everything up. Think happy, speak happy, be happy, vibrate happy, everything. Everything has got to line up. Everything's got to line up, right?
That's the reason I say mindful body language is when you think right. If it is right in your mind, it is going to come right in your body.
That's right.
And we need to be really aware of what we are thinking. If we
Yeah.
are not thinking right, we might be dressing up right, we might have the right makeup, we might have the right costume, we might have the right gestures, but it
Yes.
will not go right because it's not there right in your mind.
Mm-hmm. It's and
start
like I
from
said,
the
it's right. It's okay. So it's communication with yourself. It's being aware of yourself, right?
True.
So thinking. That's right, because you're just sharing something with me because I'm getting an aha. When people are not really engaged with you in the conversation or engaged in the conversation, let's take for Zoom, for instance, even now. In a Zoom conversation, there's maybe there's a conference or people. How do you now? This is a different era. This is all different for us. How do we now know when people are engaged in these type of apparatuses and platforms? How do we know? Now, how do we know?
Well, the energy doesn't restrict to Zoom. It is not necessary to understand the energy to be physically present. Right now, we are in two different time zones, in two different continents. But I can feel the passion you have for
Absolutely.
the show. I mean, I can feel that he was dedicated to get up early morning and do this show for me. So the energy goes without any mode of communication also. That's why sometimes silence also speaks.
Yes.
So Zoom, people can think they can fake on Zoom. That again is a myth which they have in their mind.
Right. It's very good stuff. This is very good. This is very good for just awareness about yourself, because I talk about a lot of masks, and I'm so glad I'm talking to you right now. I just want to keep going. I'm so glad that we're talking about mindfulness and the thinking and the conscious thinking that we are in. When I went to real estate school, they said before you pick up the phone, put a smile on your face. And sometimes when you have a smile on your face, you can't think of nothing else because you're like this, and you're like, and you start going to a happy place when you smile. So I always used to do that, no matter regardless of what, and I always was very accomplished with that. But the thinking had to come, even with this, the thinking had to go. I had to go somewhere happy. If I wasn't having a bad day, I had to go somewhere happy. So it's very powerful what you're saying. It's very powerful.
To change your thinking, it just takes a minute.
It does. It really does.
That much effort also. For dressing, you put in an effort. For makeup, you put in an effort.
Yeah.
But to change thinking you really don't have to put in an effort. You're sitting here and you can still think of a paradise right now. You can sitting here, you can still think of a beach right now.
Yeah.
So how long does it take? And what is the effort you're making? You're not changing your clothes for that, changing your makeup for that. And still, if you cannot do it, that's where our main energy is lacking.
Yeah.
Because you're so focused on the outer world, you forget the inner you.
Yeah.
And it is the inner you which is going to turn around the outer you.
Yes. So what you're saying to me, this all takes mindfulness in the presence. Because you know how we're always okay, I got another meeting at 7 o'clock. And you could be not even halfway through this meeting, you're thinking about the next meeting. So mindfulness...
So you lost the energy in this meeting at all. You lost the interest in this meeting at all. And the person can feel it.
Right.
You're not there in the moment.
Right. And that's good information, because that mindfulness goes hand in hand with the mind-body unity. So everything has to be, like you said, in sync. Everything has to be in unity. So that's really good. And the energy is moving in the same direction. You're making so much sense right now. I'm so excited about this. This is really good. This is really good stuff. So we're talking about the awareness we're in now, and the presence, we're in the presence. What is it that some people now can start to do? Maybe we can start there. What could we start to do if we don't have this? Because what some would call body language, we call it, faking, completely faking. Everything's fake, and some people can't not fake, I don't think. But let's just talk about, if we're not there, how can we get there? What are is a step we can do?
So some very, very simple and basic tips. If you feel that you keep on going back to your past again and again in any situation, then you need to pull yourself back in. How you do that? Mm-hmm. Every time you do a conversation with someone, like right now we are having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Every time in a conversation, you keep talking about that. Mm-hmm. Keep talking about the topic right now, what we are doing. We are again and again touching the topic. Mindfulness, body language, we are using the same words. Those words are the reminder that you have to be in the present. Mm-hmm. If you are into a meeting, if you are into a conversation about a topic, or if you are having a very important discussion with someone, use those small words. Use those words as your tips to remind you that you have to be in this present situation.
Yeah.
About a job, if you're talking about an interview, remind yourself that you're talking and you are into an interview with this company. So take that company's name again and again in your conversation. Mm-hmm. So you back to the present moment. Whichever topic you're talking about, if you're having a discussion with your child, take your child's name again and again.
Yeah.
In the conversation. So it is a reminder for you to remain in that situation and keep your complete focus on that situation. Right. So you can align the right energy and can have the results that you want.
Right. This is like really good information, because we can take it in our personal lives. Well, living any succinct way is body, mind, soul, spirit. It's all of that. It's all lined up. And I know we were talking before, and we got confused about the topics. So you want mindful body language, and I was thinking it was talking about your purpose. So we can just move into that and keep the conversation flowing. But being mindful of your body language is a lot about being mindful and aware of yourself, which leads to you purposefully doing something, purposely creating. You're not doing, but creating your life. It is. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you're saying that right. Because every moment that you're spending here, it can take you towards the purpose of your life. Sometimes, even if you're not clear about the purpose of your life, take baby steps towards it. Right. Sometimes we want this thing in our life, but we don't know what are the steps towards it. So the first step towards it, the second step, like parenthood. Yeah. Parenthood is one simple term, but the purpose of parenthood is what? It involves a lot of things.
Yeah.
First of all, you need to have a baby to be a parent. Yes. So think of that first. once you have a baby, you need to see how the baby grows, right? From the child, time the
Yes.
child is born. Eventually, everything comes in place. But your focus has to be there. If you're clear in your purpose that you want to grow your child in a good and healthy environment, then you start. But if you do not know where you want to go, then it becomes seamless. You don't know where you are going. You are just on the road following the path.
Right.
But sometimes following the path also gives you a purpose. Some people enjoy the journey. For everybody, it is not necessary to have a destination.
Right.
So if your purpose is to enjoy the journey, then enjoy every minute of your life.
Right.
That itself becomes a purpose. Living in the present moment becomes a purpose.
Yes.
The right energy, thinking in a positive manner is a very big purpose in life, because that does take an effort, a mental effort.
It does.
And mind is a wandering bee. It gets distracted very fast. So pulling that back to the same moment becomes a purpose then. Okay, stay here. Don't go anywhere. Right now, let's enjoy what we have on the platter, what we have in hand.
Yes.
And once you start doing that, you will start seeing all the purpose in your life very clearly, because you are very focused then.
Right.
Your energy of your mind, your energy of your body, and your energy of your sound, the way you speak. If
Yes.
all three things, you get the right moment to achieve anything in your life.
Yes, you can. That impacted my life years ago. Finding out about, I always believed I was a human. Human, just a human, here for no reason, just being human. But when I found out that I was energy, and I found out that, and I believed, I knew already that since I was small, I knew that this wasn't it, and that impacted my life, and it changed the chances of my success. It flipped how I radiated all the time, because, we all don't have great pasts. But like you said, living in that past, rehashing that. And when I say rehashing, I mean coming to the table, and saying XYZ, but there's no solution. So, okay, you've been saying this for 17 years. What are you going to do about that? It's all it's doing is feeding your sadness, feeding depression, feeding your ego. Because once, you're sad, depressed, you got to go to ego now.
Everything just comes together. All the feelings come.
Everything
together, then big party. All those sad feelings have a major party
Everything
in our
just
life.
goes here. Everything's just there. It's like, so what do you want now? How do you contribute? How do you change? And
so you'd start changing with small words first.
yes, very much so. Very much
solution.
so.
To change that statement to saying, I'm looking for a solution.
Yeah.
You might still have a solution.
Right.
But the moment you start looking for a solution, that means you're looking for a purpose.
Right.
The moment you start looking for a purpose, the next step is, I'm finding my purpose.
Right.
You're getting closer to your purpose.
Yes. Get used to it.
I have found my purpose.
Yes.
Like what you are doing maybe your purpose.
Right. That's right. You see, you're feeling more confident, and you're contributing to your happiness when you start doing that. And living in the moment is so very important. I mean, you hear it everywhere. You hear it everywhere, but people are saying, how do I live in the moment? We've been telling you how to live in the moment. Whatever's going on, whatever you're doing right now, like I'm having a conversation with her, I'm admiring, she's got a red jacket on, She has earrings on too at 4 a.m. I'm admiring all it. I'm taking all of her in, she's taking all of me in, and we're enjoying the conversation. And that creates a chemistry. A chemistry is almost like blowing off a bomb.
That's what body energy does. That's why it is very important the kind of energy you emit through your hands, through your body, and through your mind. Because it is starting from here and it is coming all over you. If you do not have energy in your mind, it will never show in your body at all.
Never.
And
never at all.
The right energy in your mind, it will show in every gesture that you make.
That's
in your
right.
life.
That's right.
And the simplest tip I again repeat is to live in that moment, is to come up with small words which will pull you back in that moment.
Right.
That is very easy for anybody to do. That's not a hard work at all.
It isn't. It isn't. It doesn't take
And
art.
after some time, you might not even need that because you will enjoy living in that moment.
Yes.
You will understand, even for that half an hour or 1 hour when I lived in that moment, I enjoyed my life. I don't have to worry about the past. I don't have to worry about the future. The life is going on and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, so I have a question here from on my email. I'm sorry, on my Anchor. It says, let's talk about facial expressions. What about facial expressions?
Okay, again, we're talking about facial expressions. As you said, when you were in real estate, you used to have a smile on the face before you pick up the phone. That facial expression is good, but faking it up again is going to dilute very soon. If I'm talking to you and I'm smiling initially, maybe my first smile you will think is real. But due to the conversation, my emotions will take over my facial expressions. And if your emotions are not right, you cannot have the right facial expressions. Till the time I'm not communicating, I'm giving you the best smile, a Mona Lisa smile in this world. But the moment I communicate, my emotions will start coming out.
Yes.
And then at that moment, if I'm not positive, I'm not happy, you will see it on my face.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talk
So
about
you
smile.
can't fake your facial expressions also for a long time.
Yeah, you
For a
can't.
minute,
You
it's
can't.
good.
That you cannot do. I mean, I was going to say that you can't hold that poker face for so long. You can't have those eyebrows up there. And it then starts to
It is
feel
good for
really.
a selfie click, but when it comes to
But you
conversation,
can't-
it all blows up.
You can't hold it too long. Just like you said, you can't hold the blink too long. To open your eye, you can't hold that too long. That only lasts for so long. Try holding that for 30 seconds. Really, try holding that for 30 seconds. It's like carrying a weight. It really is, especially when you're faking. Okay, so second question is, okay, we talked about, facial expressions now. Can we talk about crossed arms? Crossed arms, what does that mean?
See, there are lots of techniques that people talk lots about arms. You should be holding your hands like this. You should be keeping your hands like this. In the end, do what you feel like doing in that moment. Doesn't matter where your arms are going. Doesn't really matter where your hands are going. Those are just the first 1 or 2 minutes of your conversation. After that, the energy flows. If you're happy, you'll be doing like this. If
Right.
you're sad, you'll be doing like this. If you're scared, you will automatically do like this without realizing how your arms are going.
Absolutely, you will.
And if you keep focusing on these things, then you will forget what you have to talk.
Right.
So
Okay.
focus on what emotion you want to give.
Right.
What energy you want to give, irrespective of where your hands are going, where your arms are going, where your legs are going.
Right.
Because then the energy automatically takes your hands in those directions. Like
Right.
I just now did like that. Without even realizing it is going in that direction, right?
You are so right. You are so right.
Because I'm thinking I want
I'm
to
getting
say that
such
in
an
this
aha
direction,
moment.
so it automatically comes. Your arms and legs always have a reflex action. And that action generates from your mind. You can't control your reflex actions.
I'm
So
getting
don't think about those
such
things.
an aha moment in this conversation. I'm getting such an aha. I mean, really,
Thank you so much.
it's really good conversation. The next question is fidgeting. Would you say fidgeting is a negative or a positive?
If you are nervous, you will fidget. That again is a real emotion. It's okay. Accept your nervousness. You are nervous. Don't think what the other person is going to think. You have been honest about it. Yes, I'm nervous. So what can you do?
Right.
You again try to fake it up, but inside you will be feeling that energy that I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to happen next.
It's true.
So
It's true.
Because nervousness is not a negative emotion. It is a real emotion.
Do you hear this, audience? Nervousness is not a negative emotion. And we've been taught and told that so many times.
Nervousness makes you real. It
Yes.
shows the real you.
Yes.
And that's what people would like to see eventually if they want to work with you on a professional or on a personal level. If they want to be connected with you, they want to see the real you.
That's
And
right.
you have to show the real you to have a long-term relationship of any kind. To yourself and to others also.
Very good stuff. Well, I'm going to ask you, did you have any final words about mindful body language so we can wrap it up and put it in a bow? Because I'm sure people are going to be asking questions. But do you have anything more to add to mindful body language?
The only thing which I want to say is if you're thinking right, whatever you wear, you are always beautiful. As they say, a smile on the face makes you most beautiful. Let that smile come from your mind. And then everything else will eventually fall in place.
Wow.
Don't think too much about the past. Don't think too much about the future. Just live in this moment and enjoy life. That's what is mindfulness. That's what it all ends up and sums up to. Live in the moment. And living in the moment is enjoying everything that life gives you.
Oh, that's great. Let your smile come from your mind. I am posting that tomorrow. So you know I'm putting your name. It's courtesy of Doctor. That is great. That's a great. I'm going to tweet it tonight. That's my tweet. Let your smile come from your mind.
From your mind.
And that's great. This has been some great information about mind, body language. Your body tells the truth about your feelings and meanings to others. No matter how you fake it, it tells it. And other people's body language tells their truth about feelings and meanings to you. Back and forth, the energy is going back and forth. And what I like about what you said, the energy is the voice.
Yes.
The energy is the voice.
It's the voice. It's not the words, it's the tone which matters more. You might be having the right words, but if you don't have the right emotions to it, the energy is not flowing.
No. So becoming mindful is learning the language of the body, and it's keeping us in line and in sync. This is Edna J. White and say your name.
Dr. Neelam Parvani.
Signing out, saying see you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.